Good evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another edition of Talking Point. My name is Faraz Patel, coming to you from Hilaal TV channel on DSTV. Yes, I know you're wondering why there's a different background and why we're not maybe talking current affairs or politics. We're going to be going a bit slightly lightly this time. We're going to be talking football, but most importantly, schools football. And we know the importance of grassroots level in making sure that the continuation of development in football within our country is maintained. From the weekend of the 16th of September till the 18th of September, we're going to be having the AMS tournament. It's an annual tournament that happens, of course, it could not happen during 2020 and 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but things are back to normal, meaning that the tournament will resume in 2022. Well, we are going to be having various guests on the segments here for tonight's talking point. But let me introduce the gentleman to you to kickstart the conversation. I would like to welcome Mufti Akhtar Ali and Bilal Darsot. Gentlemen, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah so much for joining us.
Ameen. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam, Faraz.
Bilal, I'm going to start off with you. When we talk of grassroots, when we talk of football development, it's important, isn't it, within the South African context, but also within the Muslim community in making sure that the development of our players is harnessed.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said that better. For us, it is so important to get our kids off the street, off social media, off that PlayStation, get them on the fields, get them going, get them active, get them playing football, get them recognized. I think the most important thing in our community, and the legends of South African soccer in our community would attest to this, we need to get our children recognized for their talents that they have been gifted with. And for that reason and for that reason alone, we need the support of our communities. We need the support of the mothers and the fathers for development of the talents of our kids. No doubt about that.
Mufti, I want to bring you into the conversation. For 2 years, everyone's been frustrated. Lockdown. We've had all the waves of COVID-19 coming. Alhamdulillah, as a country and as a ummah, we've overcome it. The theme for this year's tournament, it's really something that is close to us as Muslims in terms of making sure that hope is so important, isn't it?
Faraz, definitely. These past 2 years, being on the ground, working with these children and hearing their stories. And I shared this in the last time I was on studio here as well. And the one thing that maybe we have forgotten is our youth during these past 2 years, because everyone was picking up. We were picking up where we were. How do we make things work? How do we sort out our lives? There were so many uncertainties. The most famous words used during those times were uncharted waters. But during that time, keep in mind those youth, those children, they saw their parents panicking. They saw their teachers concerned. They saw their own family members not being able to go out, see each other, especially when the lockdown just came in. And hence we took the theme of hope, that what does this hope mean for them? And that hope from our side and from an AMS perspective, from a tournament perspective, it's number one, normality, lifting the morale of our youth, and giving our children an opportunity once again to rekindle old memories and to make new memories. And of course, within a framework of fun, in a framework of competitive activities, but at the same time, within compliance, on and off the field, within the ethos of Islamic values that exist in Muslim schools.
Well, I'm also bringing two other gentlemen that are joining us virtually. Brother Ibrahim Ansur and Kari Lokat, they are joining us from Durban. They are officials from AMS. Good evening to you. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us. Kari Lokat, I want to start off with you. For 2 years, we've seen a lot of frustration. The very same question I asked Mufti Akhtar Ali. How important is it that this tournament is back, and the fact that we can have, two teams competing in various matches, but most importantly, a sense of unity that comes within having tournaments like this?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think I've lost your sound. Came on for a while. and lost your sound
Well, I
somewhat.
can repeat the question.
Faraz, please, if you could just
Can you hear
check
me
the
now?
sound.
Can you hear me now, Kari?
And just give me a question again, please.
Okay, can you hear me now, Kari? Kari, are you able to hear me? I think I'm going to ask that question to Brother Ibrahim Mansoor. Brother Ibrahim, are you able
I'm
to
not
hear
picking
me?
up sound still.
Are we going to try and maybe see if we can just sort something out there? It could be a technical issue. Uncle Ibrahim, are you able to hear me?
So,
Okay, I
Mark,
think
I'm still not getting sound.
okay. I think we
It
will
came
try.
and it
We
went
will.
off again.
No problem. We'll try and sort that out. But I'm gonna bring the question to you, Bilal.
Well, Ibrahim,
The
you're getting in the sound.
social media.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. No, I agree, Kari. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost
Okay. Well, we're gonna try and
the connection of the studio.
Okay, we're gonna try and reconnect with you later on. Bilal, social media, kids being on their phones, it's become a new phenomenon. That's something we can't escape. It is what it is. And the values that Mufti Akhtar was talking about, being on the field, having that sense of youth, the sense of youth has been taken away because of social media and the phone. How important is it that this tournament allows for them to forget about being on the phone, but to be on the field and just enjoy the outdoors and doing what they love, and that's playing football?
So for us, let's be clear, social media used correctly.
Yes, social media used correctly.
Fantastic tool.
I'm saying it from a perspective which takes our kids away. Yeah.
So used correctly, it's a fantastic tool. We use it in our daily lives. We use it in businesses. It's a tool that needs to happen in today's digital age. 2020 brought about a whole lot of changes in our lives. Google Meets, Teams meetings, Zoom meetings, all of those things. The whole idea as getting the kids onto the field and removing them from the social media aspect is one of the most fundamental reasons why we're doing this, is to get them out there, get them active. We in a South Africa that's also very unsafe. We need to show them that there's safety numbers. We can do a tournament of this nature, of this level. You're looking at over 1,000 children, Faraz, over 5 age groups. So under 9, under 11, 13, 15, and 17. So to have 1,000 children on a huge playing field is not an easy task. And to get them away from their phones will be the most amazing thing. But in saying that, we're also taking this tournament to another level this year, and we're launching certain digital platforms in the next week or so that'll make our entire tournament completely interactive from wherever you are in the country. So you can be in Cape Town. You'll be interactive on your phone with the tournament. Durban, PE, East London, Polokwane, wherever you are, you'll be able to keep up with what's going on the fields, scoring, log tables, everything. So we're also using it as a tool for our benefit.
Alhamdulillah, and that's lovely because as you mentioned, used correctly,
correct,
social media really becomes advantageous. But obviously, we do have moments within social media where a lot of bullying happens, cyberbullying, and it's something obviously we want to stay away from. Mufti Akhtar, organizing an event like this, Bilal just mentioned over 1,000 kids. It's massive, isn't it? But I'm sure you have a good team around you to make sure that the organization of this tournament is done correctly, and obviously there's some sort of structure, because without structure, a tournament like this can't happen.
Of course, for us, when it comes to the tournament, and Alhamdulillah, we have had the experience in 2019. And as Bilal has recently coined a very beautiful phrase, that as our Amir of our LOC, there's a band of brothers. And this year we're calling it the band of the 13th. Now, this band of brothers that you're talking about, the team behind this tournament, is in connection with the Association of Muslim Schools, our own school, our Shura, our Amir Sahab from the Hafiz Yunus Gangat, and the respective board members, plus that the entire community is coming behind there. The entire community is coming to champion this tournament. The entire community is coming to support those boys, not only from Apex. All those children who are coming, our mehman, our guests, and we are looking forward to hosting them. So they're putting the band of brothers, and Bilal is our Amir of the LOC, the local organizing committee. They're putting in the hours. I believe last night we left around 11 o'clock in the night from the meeting. On the weekends, they're going to the fields, they're doing the marking, all the logistics that goes with it. Every possible scenario and every possible situation that can be looked at, can be analyzed, can be made better for a once in a lifetime unique experience. The efforts behind it are taking place right now.
And of course, a lot of sponsors that are coming in. I mean, who are those that are helping you?
Our headline sponsor for us, sorry to cut you, is Standard Bank Sharia Banking. They've been with the Association of Muslim Schools now. This is their 4th tournament that we are hosting with them. We had Amin last week on the show explaining Standard Bank's viewpoint in supporting tournaments of this nature, supporting schools. They come from a Sharia background, so he's obviously involved in the Muslim school scenario, and this is where he wants to be in the space. He's now taken Standard Bank Sharia Banking to. We've got quite a few more sponsors. We've got Freeway Toyota, we've got Changing Tides, we've got Roman's Pizza, we've got, to name but a few. We've got Lotto as well, the Lotto brand, the soccer equipment brand, and you know, all of those type of things. So we've got the strategic players that we need in order to perform at this level to give us the tournament that we are looking forward to.
No, alhamdulillah. And I think in all major tournaments, without sponsors,
100%.
you know, you can't go ahead
You
and
know,
actually
Amin
host
said
something.
it very well last week. He said that, you know, money is only a means to get somewhere.
Yes, yes.
It's how that money is used,
exactly.
that is what the most important thing is. So we're trying to do that where we're using that money in the correct manner.
No, alhamdulillah. Well, the gentlemen on your screen, they will be back later on for the final segment of today's talking. But up next, we're going to have a coach and the real stars of the tournament. That is, of course, one of the players. To stay tuned to Talking Point. Welcome back to Talking Point. Now we've shifted it from the veterans, as one would call it, to the coach, right? His name is Adil Karodia. And we have with us a player, one of the products of AMS, Muhammad Fakir. Gentlemen, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much for joining us.
Wa alaikum assalam. Jazakallah for having us.
Muhammad, how good does it feel to be back on the field after 2 years, knowing that you can finally have a crowd, supporters, but most importantly, you can be amongst your friends again and your teammates?
100%. I mean, after 2 years of obviously being locked in your house and being limited to behind the screen from school to meetings to whatever it may be, to get yourself out there again and express yourself on the field, to play football with your friends. I mean, apart from it being a sport and something that so many people love, it's a way of relieving all that stress that you've had over the past years, and to be back on the field with everybody, like you said, it's just something amazing to finally be out there again and just play and be out there happy, and it's different.
No, alhamdulillah. And Coach Adil, of course, you being amongst, the boys again, coaching them, being physically with them, because I'm sure that, obviously with COVID-19, you had just lost, obviously, connection with them, but you had obviously various virtual meetings you could do, but it doesn't really have that full effect of being with the boys, training with them, showing them the drills. Yeah. It's something special, isn't it?
It is. It's great to be back. I mean, and I'm glad that Apex has actually got me back this year. And yeah, I'm just happy to be back on the field with the boys.
Yeah. And preparations ahead of the tournament. I mean, just talk to us how coaches obviously do it. We see obviously with the international coaches, they go through press conferences and they go through training drills, and obviously that's professional football. But obviously this being, schools football, just talk to us about the preparation that goes into making sure that the players are mentally and physically ready for the tournament.
Look, most of the players that come through, they've been training, they've been playing their season now, and they have training at least 3-4 times a week. And with the school now, with the AMS coming up, so they're fairly fit. It's just to get them in sync now to work with each other, because you have players from different teams coming together and working together. So it's a bit of a strenuous exercise, but it's enjoyable to work with them, to get them to play yeah, to get them to play.
No, alhamdulillah. Mohammed, you've been obviously part of this program for a very, very long time. You told me you matriculated in 2020. You're still part of obviously AMS and the competition as a whole and the organization as a whole. Talk to us through your journey of being with this organization and how you as a player have developed along with this brand.
So obviously I've been part, like you said, for about 3 tournaments I've played. I matriculated, finished my high school career in a Muslim school, part of AMS. I think it's such an amazing experience because apart from what you're so used to, just being in school and doing your everyday routines, being exposed to something of this caliber, being a national tournament, playing. I mean, we got to travel twice to Durban just to play. It was something different, a big eye opener, and it makes you develop and grow. Firstly, as a player, as a person, you develop a lot of bonds on the way with just people you see every day, but may not know as well as you thought you did. And yeah, it was just amazing, especially 2018 we us as under-17s won the tournament. So it was a different feeling all on its own to train for so many months prior to the tournament, the hard work, the hours, whatever it is, and then go halfway across country to Durban and then fight against so many different teams, and it was a very tough level of playing. And alhamdulillah, we came out victorious and we ended up winning the tournament. So those experiences will probably live with me now for the rest of my life because it was such a major point in my life at that time of my life. And yeah, it was just crazy.
No, alhamdulillah, and it just shows how sports can make such a big difference in the lives of so many of our youth. And gentlemen, this comes now the question. I'm going to ask both of you. I'm going to start with you, Mohammed. Unity. How important is unity now than it ever was before? Because all the lockdowns that we've had has obviously taken us away from being with those we really wanted to be with, your friends, your family. Unity now, how important is it that you have the opportunity to be amongst your peers and your teammates?
No, 100%. I mean, unity has always been something important, even prior to lockdown, whether it was to do anything with life. But with regard to the lockdown, I think us as human beings firstly missed that connection that we had every single day with your friends, your extended family, whatever the case may be. And obviously now after the lockdown, we've started to appreciate the whole concept of unity so much more. And it's something that we have to take across now onto the field as well, because with all the hard work we do, with all the dedication and hours we put in off the field on training, the one thing that we as the coaches tell the boys also that will win us the tournament is being a team, having that bond and unity, because if we can develop that 100% unity within the team, that no matter what happens on the field, off the field, we'll have each other's backs. Nobody can break that bond, and for sure we'll be victorious. Whether it be we win the tournament or not, the most important thing here is the brotherhood, the unity, and the love that we have for each other on and off the field.
Coach Adil?
It's 100% what Mohammed said. I mean, unity amongst the players, especially in a tournament like this year. I experienced it in 2019 with the Apex Under-11 team. And when I got to there, it was like there was a lot of disunity in the team. Players coming in, and my words to them were, you know what, we need to be united. If we're going to win this tournament, we're going to have to stand together. And I think it showed in the semi-finals with these boys when they came together. And it showed also besides the team, it showed with the oppositions. Like we had a lot of guys from LMS, our oppositions, that came and supported us, united with us to win the tournament, which, you know what, on this scale, this is important.
No, alhamdulillah. How would you describe your coaching style, Coach Adil? I'm not saying now you need to be a Pep Guardiola
no.
Eric Ten Hag or Carlo Ancelotti. How would you say is your coaching style?
You know what, with me, it's you have to enjoy yourself. So that's my first thing. When you come onto the field, it's, I don't care if you're unfit, just enjoy yourself and we'll work on it. Until we get to a certain stage when, look, we're dealing with youngsters here, not under 17s professionals that
Yes.
my assistant, Mohammed Amin, is dealing with. And with younger boys, it's more about having fun. It's more about development. It's not that competitive. So I think my style would be, you know what, let's go out there. I teach you the basics. Let's have fun, whatever happens. We take it as it comes.
Mohammed, you're relatively young, still quite young. Football development, how important is it in this country? Because we've seen that obviously the peak of footballers in South Africa, it's around your mid-20s, 26, 27. And when you compare that obviously to overseas, you've got 18-year-olds obviously
100%.
dominating. I mean, the players you mentioned across the world have shown their quality at the age of 18 and 19. Football developed in South Africa. As a youngster, are you impressed by the way our footballers are developing at the age before they reach obviously 2021?
It goes back to something one of my coaches used to always tell us is playing. The foundation is always the most important in anything that you do in life, whether it is building, school, whatever it may be. In football, it's the same thing. If we as South Africans can instill to our youngsters from age 4, 5, 6, the general basics of technique, your passing, your heading, your basic technique, and carry it over year after year after year by intensifying, obviously, the training sessions and things, the sky's the limit. I mean, South Africans have probably one of the best talents in terms of football across the world. It's the transition into youngsters, into academy football, into professional football, which is such a big gap because, I mean, we were speaking before the show, and the youngest player in the PSL today is 21 years old. At 21, Lionel Messi had already 2 Ballon d'Ors.
Yes.
I mean, so you look at the gap and you start seeing the problems that we as South Africans should be trying to fix because, I mean, you look at South Africa and football is supposedly the national sport of the country, but we haven't qualified for World Cup in how many years? And it all comes down to the basics of your foundation of how you're improving and growing players from young ages. So to me, I think, you know, the basic foundation is probably the most important in player development. And if we can just get the basics right from a very young age, I mean, we'll be seeing more and more players from South Africa playing in big leagues across Europe, and the sky's the limit, like I said.
No, alhamdulillah. And Mohammed, we wish you all the best in the upcoming
Jazakallah.
tournament. Coach Adil, we wish you the best in the upcoming tournament. I don't know which team you are coaching, but whoever the team is, I hope that they do really well in this upcoming competition. But as you
Jazakallah khair.
mentioned, it's about making sure that they have fun and a sense of unity is created within this tournament. Well, to stay tuned to Talking Point, we're looking ahead to the AMS Schools Tournament that is happening on the weekend of September 16th to September the 18th. After the break, we'll have more players just to get an idea of how they're feeling ahead of the competition. To stay tuned to Hilaal TV, channel 347. Welcome back to Talking Point. Now, we've brought the real stars of the upcoming tournament. It is the players. Guys, assalamu alaikum. How are you guys feeling ahead of the tournament?
100%.
Okay, well, there's only, of course, 2 of the boys that have mics, so I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves.
To me, it's just
Okay,
Ibrahim Darswat.
okay. Ibrahim, I'm going to start off with you. How important is this tournament for you guys as the youth, just to be back on the field after 2 years of lockdown?
Yeah, no, it's very, very exciting. It's more, how can I say?
A relief than anything
Yeah,
else. Yeah.
more of a relief than anything else. It's nice to be back on the pitch. More action, more fun, much more. Yeah.
Tamis, how excited are you to be back?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how excited I am. Because our life is like routine, constantly. This is really a way to express ourselves in like a different way, completely from anything else we do.
And obviously, you know, this tournament paused for 2 years due to COVID-19. But let's talk about obviously before. Tamis, how long have you been with the organization playing in the AMS tournament, and just some of your, fond memories of this competition?
This year, inshallah, will be my 4th year of playing AMS. So I've played 3 times before. And especially the last time, just the atmosphere and to play under with all my friends and family. It's just a different feeling for me personally to play soccer. It's
Ibrahim?
No, this year is also going to be my 4th year as well. I've never made it as far as Tamis,
Right, okay.
but to me, yeah, it's more, it's a lot of thrill, yeah. Inshallah, this year we're gonna win.
Okay.
Inshallah,
Okay. Are you guys all on the same team, or each of you are different?
different age groups.
Oh, different age groups.
Yeah.
Okay. No, alhamdulillah. And obviously, you guys get a chance to play across different schools from across the country. Just when playing them, obviously you start to learn, their culture, the way they play. It's something lovely, isn't it, to experience, from a different perspective how other teams do their stuff.
Yeah, it's really enjoyable to see all different, because there's teams from Cape Town and Durban, just to see all these different cultures and stuff like this also brings up like rivalries and like grudge matches.
Yes. When we talk of grudge match, no fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know, and obviously this is a football tournament that brings amongst unity amongst our Muslim ummah. So, we always talk about youth development within South African football and how important it is. Do you guys see this competition as one of a stepping stone towards youth development and football development in South Africa? Start off with you, Tamis.
I think it really does give boys in general an opportunity to really take that step to the next level of football in the development process.
Ibrahim?
100%. It gives boys more of an opportunity and more of like more opportunity, it broadens their perspective of, and broadens, and as I said, that there's going to be scouts there, scouts and whatever, but that it just like shows how big and how important it is for us as like from a development perspective, that boys can make it far from just this tournament, showing their talents and proving themselves worthy. So yeah.
Tamis, when we talk of footballers, who's the footballer that inspired you to want to play the game? It can be local or international.
To play the game in general, that's a hard question. But as a United supporter, I would say players like growing up, like Enda Herrera, Paul Pogba, the recent one hasn't gone so well recently, but
Definitely hasn't gone well. Yeah.
But players that when I watch, I just enjoy. I just take pointers from them and just improve my game based on theirs.
Ibrahim?
So now my position is keeper, so I leave all the players to themselves.
Okay.
So growing up, I used to watch Van der Sar,
Yeah.
Casillas, De Gea, Neuer, all of them. So now because they're professionals, now you watch them all the time. You pick up certain things they do, and you try and imitate that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Are you confident about Man United, Tamis? You guys haven't had a good start, but obviously 2 wins now.
Trust the process.
There we go. Sounding like an Arsenal fan that trust in the process. All you guys are United fans also? Oh, who are you?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, okay. Chelsea, oh, okay. Liverpool, there we go. Okay, so it hasn't been a good start for all of you teams, except you've obviously an Arsenal or Manchester City fan. United fans, are you guys happy with this new signing, Anthony?
Yeah.
Gonna do well?
Would say you would do well.
Okay, well, they've spent a lot of money, so let's see what it is. But obviously coming back, boys, I want to wish you guys all the luck. Alhamdulillah, this competition allows you to gain the necessary, to increase your ability in playing football, and obviously for you guys to continue to get the education that you need, both Islamic and secular, and most importantly, just have fun, because I think, we've all been frustrated because of COVID-19, the lockdowns, and now you guys have an opportunity to go ahead and play in this competition. I wish all of you all the best, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you victory, even if you don't win the tournament. The fact that you can create a brotherhood amongst other teams. That's the most important factor. Well, we will be back after the break to wrap up this discussion with the AMS football tournament that will be coming up. My previous guests, Bilal Darasot and Mufti Ali Akhtar, are going to be back just to wrap up the conversation with regards to looking ahead to this competition. To stay tuned. Welcome to Talking Point. We have a few minutes for the final segment, and just like how they started it, they will be ending it, Bilal and Mufti Akhtar. Bilal, I was just speaking to the boys, obviously, before you guys came on, and you can see there's excitement, and that's what you want to see in the tournament, enthusiasm. Because without enthusiasm, you can't have a tournament.
Definitely. The enthusiasm is at fever pitch level at the moment. Even though we're still 3 weeks away from the tournament, it's just getting more and more and more of that every single day at school. And we're also having a fun day at Apex as well to launch Apex, the tournament for Apex, for all our age groups, inviting all our parents of our schools and the kids, and having a full fun day that'll last the whole day with fruit vendors and all of those things. So we're creating as a school, creating that excitement, creating that enthusiasm, the training, our coaches. You heard from Adil, you heard from Tamiz, you heard from Ibrahim, you heard from Mohammed Fakir, a winner of a trophy in 2018. So lots of good things happening, and because our school is successful like that, the enthusiasm and the excitement builds because of guys like Mohammed Fakir that come on, Mohammed Kareem, this one, that one, Yusuf Baam, our goalkeeper. All of these things, they come, our old boys, and they come in and they create that excitement. And I'm sure because this being a national tournament, that excitement is going on throughout the country.
No, Alhamdulillah. Mufti, we spoke about hope in the first section. Just how important is we take enthusiasm and we take hope and we allow the boys to express themselves on the field in a way that, of course, maintains Islamic ethos.
For us, this is what you've asked is actually the heart of the tournament. This entire theme or the mindset surrounding that. I mean, some of the names that Bilal has shared with you, we actually saw those boys growing up in front of us. Starting under 9, under 13, under 11, and moving on like this year. And with this tournament, throughout the years, they have evolved with it as well. And the idea is not just the players being part of the tournament. The players, like we've called them earlier, the stars of the tournament, the idea here, or the philosophy, is that they are the one who, inshallah, will inspire others, but also they will be inspired and backed up by a community. And when I'm saying a community, it's not only relevant to Apex, it's the entire national community. So you see, Muslim schools are all founded on certain principles. We promote, we preserve, and we encourage certain ethos, what we will call the Islamic ethos. And taking that in consideration, the tournament is not merely a tournament. When it's happening in schools at a micro level, and all schools come together, then you see a vision coming to reality. And this is the idea behind this, with this theme of hope, that let's have hope and let's promote our deen. Beautiful verse of the Quran, wherein Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. That all those who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the tournament, yes, is happening. 16, 17, 18, it's going to be the tournament. People is going to be coming from all over for the vendors, the souk, the market that's happening there, to see beautiful, healthy competition taking place. But it's also an opportunity for us, inshallah, to share a greater message that we can be proud of our deen. We should be proud of our deen. Wherever we go, let's do this. And to make sure that this happens, alhamdulillah, from a working committee perspective, as a host school, in conjunction with the Association of Muslim Schools, all the necessary guidelines, all the necessary reminders have been shared with all the participating schools, inshallah. Our salah is taking place in congregation. Jummah is taking place on Friday, inshallah, a grand Jumu'ah. On Friday and on Saturday, after the Asr Salah, there will be a dhikr program, there will be a nasiha program, there will be young stewards going around. promoting these reminders and giving this encouragement. The dress code, inshallah, is encouraged to be in that form, but more so also our akhlaq, how we engage with one another. How do we show adab and respect to our elders? How do we show compassion to our youth? We spoke about the youth so much earlier, and I heard your segment earlier, and you brought out that passion of these youngsters. You brought out the dream in them. On the other hand, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam educated us that he is not from among us who doesn't have compassion for the youth and respect and mercy for the elders. So this is a perfect opportunity where the community has come together to preserve the future of the ummah, which is the youth.
Alhamdulillah. Final comments from you, Bilal?
For us, this is going to be the most epic AMS National Soccer Tournament that we will be hosting, inshallah.
Ameen, ameen.
We urging one and all to come and support our vendors, come and spend the time with us. We're going to be there until 10 o'clock every evening. Sunday, inshallah, we want to try and finish by 5 o'clock, hopefully. Friday night, please come and support our vendors. Saturday night, come and support our vendors. Come have supper with us. Come have lunch with us. Come have breakfast with us on Saturday morning. It'll be an honor to host everybody, whether you're coming from Cape Town, Durban, wherever you're coming from. It'll be our honor to host you. And all the parents, please come and support your kids. All the grandparents, come and support your kids. All the brothers and sisters, come and support your siblings. This is what we want. We want a tournament that excels our previous tournament in 2019, inshallah. And we're looking forward to this with bated breath. We're probably looking too calm and collected for this thing today.
Especially you,
But
Bilal.
we certainly under a lot of pressure currently, especially with the build-up now being 15 days away. So, inshallah, I need the public to make it happen for us.
Ameen, inshallah.
And now my plea is to please come out in your droves, inshallah.
I mean, final comments from you, Mufti?
On my side, I would say welcome to all the schools who are coming.
Yes.
I mean, I know of schools in Cape Town who are running bake sales to make sure that they bring these boys down. Because schools from Durban who are making a plan. Johannesburg school, they're all excited. The old rivalries will come back again, inshallah, in a healthy format as well. So we're saying ahlan wa sahlan to all and one. You know, the Band of Brothers, the Shura of Apex, the Association of Muslim Schools, let's come together and promote this hope, and ultimately the outcome of this hope must be a stronger brotherhood and unity, inshallah.
Inshallah, I mean, gentlemen, Jazakallah so much for making the time. Jazakallah for bringing the boys, bringing Coach Adil. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you success, barakat, and the ability to host a successful tournament, inshallah. And may there be many more of this, inshallah. Ameen.
Inshallah. Ameen. Jazakallah for us for having us
No,
on the
Ameen.
show.
No, it's an absolute pleasure.
It was really an honor being here,
No,
sitting here
Ameen,
tonight,
Ameen. Yeah.
and allowing us the opportunity to get our message across.
Yeah.
Thank you to Hilaal TV.
Ameen, ameen.
Awesome.
No, it's a pleasure. No, it's an absolute pleasure. Well, that's all we have for you here on the Talking Point. Of course, we were discussing AMS upcoming tournament that is going to be happening from September the 16th to September the 18th. Do go ahead, make your way through to Marks Park and support our youth in their quest to continue development of football in South Africa. For myself, Faraz Patel, and the rest of the production team here at Hilaal TV, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.